I had the opportunity to visit London, and I was astonished by how big the city center was and how crowded it was in a day that, according to my Uber driver, was just a quiet day. I also had the opportunity to see the difference between North London, a rich financial and political center, and South London, an average working-class suburb.
Last week, I went to the Harry Potter studios, and it was amazing. Everything looked like a dream. I had a lot of fun, and I bought a lot of cute gadgets. I even tried the butterbeer, but I didn't like it because it was too sweet and the head of the butterbeer was bland and only sweet.
Last week, we went to London and we had the opportunity to see the Big Ben. The Big Ben is the clock tower of the Palace of Westminster and the symbol of the City of London. I found it very beautiful and impressive.
Last week, we went to the Chester's Roman Museum. As soon as we arrived at the museum, a guy started to tell us about the Romans that came here to conquer these lands. It was a really beautiful experience because I'm from Rome and I learned how Romans changed lands far from home.
Henry VIII is one of the most important and famous kings in the history of the UK. He had done a lot of important things, such as founding the Anglican Church and expanding the commerce of England. But he is mostly well known for his 6 wives and passion for executions.
This week we went to Nottingham at Robin Hood Castle. It was truly a huge palace, where we visited many rooms with a lot of paintings inside. After having entered the castle, we decided to move outside, where a huge garden awaited us with an obstacle course. Having finished the visit earlier, in our free time we divided into groups and visited the city. It was a really beautiful experience and I enjoyed the city a lot. We talked about The Great Gatsby in class because we went to the theater. The story behind the show is very twisted. It's all about money, love, and how to achieve the American dream. For example, Gatsby uses his wealthiness to reunite with the girl he loves, and from the way I see it, Gatsby can be called an example of idealism.
Robin Hood was a young man that used to rob the rich people and give back the money that he took to the poor. He lived in the Sherwood Forest. He is remembered for his good actions and is still celebrated in Nottingham, where there is a statue of him.
One of the trips I went on was to Chester Cathedral. It is a medieval Gothic cathedral and it's really beautiful. There is also a Lego model of the cathedral inside the building. I found it quite funny at first, but now I think it's unusual to actually find a Lego model in this kind of building.
The other day, I went to the British Museum. I was astonished by the immensity of it. There are a crazy amount of history pieces, amazingly preserved and well explained. Imagining the scenario in which these pieces were involved is just amazing.